Ok, c'est parti. So, hello everybody, my name is Nicolas Fouché. I work for a newspaper called Egyptian Oil and Gas Newspaper. It is an English newspaper with a monthly publication wrapping up all aspects of the Egyptian petroleum sector. So I had different questions to answer. The first one was, could you explain us how international and intercultural is your team? So firstly, you have to know that I am the only European member in the team. And the other member come from Egyptian, which is the main community. After you have Libyan, Moroccan, and you have also some people coming from Arabia Saudite. Even if they are different nationalities, you know, the culture is still quite the same, and there are not a big gap between those Arabic culture. Next question, it was, as a foreigner, what are the main advantages and disadvantages at work? Advantages, you know, I have a different view and analyze on situation, on things. So I find also more diversity as a foreigner, and this increases my motivation job. Disadvantages, mostly at the beginning, there was some misunderstanding due to the cultural difference and point of view. And this difference was not easy to manage. I was not immediately well integrated within the team, in the company. But I knew that I was the only one that could change and adapt to the team because I had a different culture. So I did this changement, this modification on myself, on my way to work, and today it's okay. On one hand, it made my job harder because of this adaptation, but on one other hand, it increased the diversity and also my motivation. Next question, it was, did you have any difficulties to integrate your intercultural team? Even if there was a period of adaptation, and for sure I sometimes change my behavior for better integration, but I never find other personal difficulties to integrate, you know. There was no internal tension, and I find in this job a good atmosphere. Next question, it was, on a daily basis, how do you communicate in your team? Is the communication influenced by one culture or one other? Do the new way of communication make it easier? Okay. So, in this company, we use a common way of communication. It is something necessary in a company, in a big company. Because if each people choose his own way of communication, it becomes a real mess. You know, it is sure that you will lose some information or you will create delay because the right information didn't go to the right person. And so if you use a common way of communication, it's clear, you know, and you don't have this kind of problem. So for internal and external communication, we use email. It is today the best and the quickest way of communication to exchange information. And maybe here we can see kind of Occidental influence in the communication, maybe. How the company is organized here in Egypt, and in all Egypt is like that. You have a leader. In general, this leader is one of the oldest members of the team. We call him the doyen. And In the company, you have departments. You have different departments. You have, for example, the printing department, you have the writing department, and other departments, and you have a manager for each department. And at the head of all departments, you have the doyen, that is the leader. And it is a quite simple way, a simple model of organization, but here in Egypt, you know that you have to respect carefully the hierarchy. You have to respect your manager and the doyen, because if you have trouble with him, it will be very difficult for you to be integrated and to work in this team. And as I said, there are different nationalities within the company: Moroccan, Egyptian, Libyan, and it is quite the same culture, so I can't say that one community influences the communication within the company. Next question was, according to you, what are the keys for team achievement at work? For me, there are clearly three main elements for team achievement. The first one is communication, with good tools and correctly used. The second one is skills, with if you have the right person at the right place, with the necessary skills. And the third element is a good leader, because the leader motivates people, he shows the way, and if you don't have a good leader, you won't obtain a good teamwork, because you lose all efficiency. And in this kind of company, where you have different culture, more than a leader, you need a multicultural leader. It's very important. So, work abroad is in one other country. You meet different cultures, and it is a real experience. It is a pleasure for me to discover different culture, different way to work, and it's an opportunity that I recommend to all of you if you can go abroad to work. Voilà, et ben j'espère que ça aura mieux marché aujourd'hui. S'il y a encore des problèmes, dites-le moi, je le refais, il n'y a pas de souci. Et puis voilà les amis. Allez, gros bisous, ciao.